Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Team Focus training where today we're going to talk about probably one of the most single important things that is going to explode your first choice business, and that's sit down presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that everybody can do. The bottom line is you don't have to be an expert when doing a sit-down presentation. All you've got to do is be able to press play. All of us can do that. I'm going to give you some ideas on how to make this possible with your business. So moving on to number one. Ladies and gentlemen, write down 10 people that you're going to share the First Choice Savings Network business opportunity with. This is very easy to do. When you honestly think of all the people that you are personally connected with, friends, family, all of those that you've reunited with, like on Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, the list goes on and on. You want to write down 10 people. Now, for those of you, many of you, you can write down 20, 30, 40. Remember, the more people that you expose to your first choice business, that's going to explode your organization, which is going to create tons of momentum, which is going to turn into tons of growth, which is going to, literally financially explode your pocketbook. So when you're writing this down, think about me giving you $1,000 per each name that you write down. So it's very easy. So number one, we're going to write down 10 people that we're going to share our business opportunity with. Number two, call and invite. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very important. We're going to now get a hold of all of these people that we've written down on this list and expose our business to them. And I'm going to show you how simple this is. Now, when we talk about calling our list, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me carefully. Ladies, please be yourself. When you call your friends and you start talking about the latest gossip, I don't have to tell you what type of attitude to have or how to be energetic about it. You just naturally do it, right? Well, I'm going to tell you to use that same excitement and that same language and that same voice when you're talking to these people about First Choice Savings Network. Fellas, when we're talking about the ball game, when we saw something we really liked last night, we always call our buddies up. We're very enthusiastic. We want to be the same way, you guys, when we're calling people about our list. We want to be upbeat. More than anything, for ladies and gentlemen, just be upbeat. Be yourself, but have energy when you're talking about First Choice Savings Network. I tell people all the time, everybody should have their very own 15-second commercial. What I mean by that is, not in my words, not in any of our other leaders' words, but in your words, what First Choice Savings Networks means to you. So when you're putting together your 15-second commercial, think about all the things that you have witnessed over the past few years. Maybe you've watched family and friends, or maybe yourself, you've had to walk away from a home or had to hand over the keys to an automobile or whatever it has been financially for you or for people around you. You want to insert those type of experiences in your commercial. So to give you an idea, if you're calling your good friend Lisa up, you can say, hey, Lisa, I didn't want to email you on this. I wanted to call you directly. But listen, I'm connected to a home-based business that is unbelievable. It's changing people's lives. As you know, Lisa, people need to have a plan B. We've watched people we love lose their jobs, their homes. I invested in this. It was very affordable. In fact, it cost me $20 to get connected to this, and it runs me $6 a month. And the money-making potential, Lisa, is amazing. I want to talk to you seriously, Lisa. Ladies and gentlemen, I just put that together, but my thing is now tweak that. Do something yourselves, but I want this to seem natural when you're calling someone. So put your 15-second commercial together, and let's start calling and inviting that list of people. Number 3, you want to schedule your sit-down presentation and then the actual presentation itself. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you're putting together your schedule for your sit-down presentations, always remember that you're only wanting to borrow people for maybe 15 minutes. That's it. You always want to say that. If you start saying an hour, 2 hours, or a get together, ladies and gentlemen, people will turn you down. But if everybody has 15 minutes, remember that's the biggest issue with time. So by saying 15 minutes, you're going to be able to schedule a lot of sit-down presentations. Remember, the more sit-down presentations you have, the more success you're going to have with First Choice Savings Network. Now, the actual presentation can be done multiple ways. When you think about, many of you have a laptop, right? Well, guess what? You can take your laptop with you to work, especially if a handful of those people that are on your list are right there at work. So during your break time, you can have that laptop ready to roll. Maybe some of your other friends that are on that list happen to live out of state. So what you want to do with them is, of course, give them a call, and then you want to schedule a time where when you call them back, you can actually be online with them or on the phone with them, and you can hear the presentation in the background while you're talking to them. That's going to be critical that you're there. You want to make sure, even though you're not physically in front of them, your presence is right there on the phone. So that's very critical for those people that you're sharing this opportunity with by phone, perhaps in another city or state. And of course, you can always then have a friend, family member, whoever it is, quickly run by your house, and then you can sit down with them right there on your kitchen table or in your home office or wherever it is that you conduct business in your house. But again, you want to always point out to people you only need them for 15 minutes, and you want to connect them with what you're doing online. That's the proper way to schedule your sit down, and then of course actually doing the presentation itself. Now, one thing that I want to remind everybody is, do not be that person that talks. You want to always, if you are speaking, to make sure that you're pointing to something on the website or on the actual video itself. You should not have to say much. Again, if you properly put together your 15-second commercial, and then you get the sit-down presentation prepared, when that person arrives or you're using your laptop at work, again, all you should do is have to say a couple of things and then press play and allow the tools to do all the talking for you. Remember, the less you say is going to allow you to win, because remember, what you're doing and what you're showing people, they're going to say, well, listen, so if I model or if I repeat exactly what you're doing, can I do this business? And you want people to be able to say yes. And so that's the whole goal. But if you're that person who is always running their mouth and talking and the presentation never gets started, well, now that person doesn't want to be a part because they feel like they've got to be able to say all this stuff, or they're not going to have the time to do it. So again, you don't want to say much. You always want to be able to say just a little bit and then press play, because what you're doing is you're teaching your team to do exactly what you're doing. That's where the success is going to happen in your business, and where the explosion is going to happen for your organization. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that completes our sit-down presentation training.